Good risings, everyone. What are you guys saying? Here are the 4 steps to losing belly fat. And before I even go into that, this is not what you want to hear, but it's what you need to hear. That title was a little bit clickbait. Every title that you see that says lose fat in this area, in your belly fat, your arms, your chest, that is all fugazi. It is impossible to spot reduce, meaning that you can't just pick a spot in your body and say, yo, right there, I'm gonna lose fat from that spot and that spot only. Whoever's telling you that is trying to sell you something, and they're not gonna tell you that. And I just want to clear the air first because I don't want to think you're getting clickbait into something that's not true. So before I explain the steps, you guys need to know that. And before I give you the 4 steps, please go down and subscribe, turn on post notifications with the bell, because you don't even know what you're missing out on. If you don't know better, you can't do better. So I got us. And thumbs up to respect. So at the end of the day, even if you're following these 4 steps, you need to be in a calorie deficit. And I've broken it down in another video. I'm not going to break it down right now. You know this from the science. The science shows that we need to be in a caloric deficit to lose fat. No matter what type of diet you follow, you need to be in a caloric deficit. The 4 steps are all about skipping breakfast. And I know that sounds crazy because we've been told our whole entire lives that that is the most important thing to do. And you need to start your day off with a big breakfast. But that is actually just sabotaging your results. It makes it much more difficult to lose fat. When you're eating a large window from first thing in the morning to last thing before bed, there is such a large gap in between meals, it is impossible to not get hungry. Like, bro, you are starving in between meals because there's such a large gap. When you eat in a smaller window, because you're skipping breakfast, the gap between meals is so small that you don't even feel hungry when you're eating, which is making you enjoy the process more because you're not starving. You're not mentally torturing yourself. And I want to give you these 4 myths right now about skipping breakfast that are all false. And I'm going to make a video breaking them down more in depth individually. And more importantly, I actually have a PDF file that breaks down everything I'm saying right now in a more detailed version. It's like 4 pages. You can probably read it in 5 to 10 minutes. The myths are: 1, eating breakfast kickstart your metabolism. That is not true. Literature shows that skipping breakfast or eating breakfast has no effect on your metabolism, whether it's good or bad. No effect at all. Number 2, you lose muscle if you skip breakfast. That's not true. Your body's actually producing more growth hormone, so actually you're preserving more muscle and have a higher chance of building more muscle. Number 3, people just say they need to eat in the morning. You don't need to eat in the morning. You're in the habit of needing to eat in the morning because you've been told that from your parents were telling them that, and that's been passed down for so long. So that's just not true. And the last one is calories at night store more as fat. And that's not true. Calories at night don't affect you any differently than calories you're eating during the day. Here are the 4 steps right now. Don't forget to look at the PDF file to refer back to these steps, but here we go. Skipping breakfast is technically intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is pretty much an eating pattern. There's a certain time of the day that you're gonna eat and there's certain times of the day that you're not gonna be eating. So step 1 is starting off with a 12-hour fast. So you start in reverse. The first starts with when you go to bed. Let's say you go to bed at 11 p.m. Your fast is going to end 1 hour before you go to bed. So your fast is going to end at 10 p.m. So that's the end of your eating window. So for 12 hours, the beginning of your eating window is going to be at 10 a.m. From 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's your eating window. The rest of the time is when you're fasting, when you're not eating anything. Step 2 is what you can consume while you're fasting. So while you're fasting, you need to have no calories, 0 calories whatsoever. The only thing you can consume while you're fasting is water, black coffee, or black tea, because none of that's going to break your fast. And caffeine is a natural appetite suppressant, so it's going to make you less hungry while you're not eating in that fasting window, while you're skipping breakfast. And number 3 is reap the benefits now of skipping breakfast, of fasting. More mental clarity, more mental focus, and increased production of growth hormone within the body. And even better, your body's eating its own fat stores as energy, because when there's no food around, it's an evolutionary thing for your body when it's times of famine to eat your own fat stores as energy. So you're kind of tricking your body into doing that while you're fasting, while you're skipping breakfast properly. Only water, black coffee, black tea. That's how you do it properly. You don't want to break that fast with milk, cream, or sugar. And then step 4 is working to a 16-hour window. You can either increase your fast by 1 hour every single week for 5 total weeks, or you can just play around with it. Maybe jump to 16 right away and see how you feel. I mean, at the end of the day, even though I say to work up to a 16-hour fast, just stay between a 12 and 16-hour fast. Some days you're going to be starving, and it's not worth it just to push and force yourself not to eat till the 16 hours. So some days you might do 12, some days you might do 13, some days you might do 14. At the end of the day, as long as you're between 12 and 16 hours, you're going to get all the benefits of intermittent fasting, of skipping breakfast, and most importantly, eating in that smaller window. Okay? At the end of the day, it is more enjoyable to eat those calories in the smaller window. That is the main premise of all this. Hopefully these tips help. Click that PDF file down below. It's going to break it down more in a detailed outline version. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, thumbs up, comment down below, you know the vibes, and check in with the next one. Ciao, fam.